Hello, welcome to my channel. It's Brooke-Sidney here. I am your favorite mindset and manifestation coach, and I teach you how to reprogram your mind so you can make miracles manifest. Today, we are talking about you manifesting what you are or who you are, and I feel like it's some similarities between the law of assumption and law of attraction. But before we get into it, I just want to remind you that there are two ways to work with me. Both of those ways are listed below, as well as two communities that I've created, one for the women, the queens, as well as one for everyone that are also listed below. So today I just wanted to kind of bring it back to the fundamentals and discuss some of the similarities, even perhaps between law of attraction and law of assumption. Both are laws of this universe, how this universe is kind of spiritual law, very similar to like there's gravity and humans need air to breathe. Like I feel like there are just some fundamental things that are present here on this planet Earth. No matter what, religion or spiritual beliefs, there are some fundamental ways that this earth works. And so once we master that, we're able to do what we call quantum leaps. And today I feel like one of those key things that we need to really and truly and deeply understand, and I think for many of us accept, is that we manifest what we are, or we manifest who we are. And we do that in many ways. A lot of people are confused about the whole idea of everyone is you pushed out, or the fact that you're the operant power in your universe, not the universe. I think some people confuse that concept. The concept around, being a little God, like a God with a little g. I think that it's not really even about that. So I don't want to take us too off course. I think the most important thing to think about here is that you are the creator in your universe, in your reality, in your perspective, in the 3D that shows up in front of your eyes, right? You're creating from your 4D and it's being manifested in your 3D. And the 5D is responsible for the how. The 5D for me is God, Holy Spirit. The 5D for you could just be the fifth dimension. It could just be a higher power. It could be the universe. But either way, that is how the universe and the earth here works. And so once we start harnessing that understanding and our power, that's when we're able to really have our manifestations take off. So I think this is where I want to talk a little bit about how the law of attraction, which focuses on really vibration, like attracts like, is very similar to law of assumption, which is all about, again, the word assumption, our natural assumptions, the way that we think, our dominant states of being, and how that influences what comes into our life and how it comes into our life. And so we all know that we can very quickly see some things manifest in our life. And I talk about, that in a video, Manifesting Quick and Easy, recently, and how some things seem to take forever. And I think it is because we have programmed ourselves, for one, to believe around certain time limits, around how long things are going to take. But we've also programmed ourselves more deeply since we got here on the planet about how things get to work for us, how things are. When I hear people say, well, that's just the way things are. And I'm thinking to myself, that's the way things are for you. It doesn't have to be the way things are for me. Even more recently, it's kind of a fun story. I was traveling and, I had someone tell me, because I'm a check a bag girl. You might be carry on girl or carry on guy, but I'm a check a bag girl. I like having all my things. But it was like this person was saying, well, the bags always get lost. They always get messed with. And I was like thinking to myself, first of all, cancel, clear, delete, keep that over there. But that's how you have decided it gets to work out for you. I've never, knock on wood, had a lost bag. I don't believe that to be a part of my reality. My bags get to where they're going. I get to have my stuff. I get to have all my outfits. I get to have all my things. They get to arrive with me. I am a person who loves to travel, and I love to have my stuff, and I love to feel that my bags get there. see how my mind works? I'm not in the paradigm of my bags get lost, they're always stolen. People take stuff out of my bags never make it, my bags get destroyed in travel, all those things. I am in, to me, the abundance space of I get to have what I want. And I think that the interesting thing is that your life starts to mirror a lot of these things, a lot of your deeper beliefs. If you start looking at what you think and feel about certain things in your life, as small as travel, as small as luggage, all the way to work, money, love, relationships, children, family, whatever it is, start to examine what you truly think and feel about yourself, because that is what you are manifesting. You are the operant power in your reality, in your universe, right? From your perspective, how you see things. We know our subconscious gets programmed, and our subconscious and the reticular activating system. This is science. It starts showing you more of what you want to see, more of what you're thinking about, more of what you're drawing in essentially to your environment. That's one of the reasons why law of attraction works, because you are going to start attracting the things that you're thinking about and the things that you're looking at and the things that you're focusing on, right? That's why they say vibrate at that frequency. Similarly to law of assumption, what you start thinking about becomes your dominant state of being. It becomes the way that you look at things. It becomes who you are. That's why we talk about self-concept. Who you believe you are. Who you believe you are governs what you can receive, what you're even desiring, and how it's even going to come in, and are you available for it? Very similarly, on the law of attraction side, the whole idea about being a positive receptor, being a positive receiver, being able to receive the frequency or the thing of which you desire, to be on the level of the thing that you want so that you can receive the thing that you want. I think about the same thing in terms of self-concept and the way that you think. It's very hard to let something into your life if you don't think you're available for it, or you don't think that you deserve it, or you don't think that you can have it. Those are all self-concept and the way that we think. Those are our states of consciousness. I talked about states recently, our beliefs, our attitudes. And of course, I talk about self-concept all the time. I truly believe that when we work on our beliefs, our states of consciousness ultimately, and the way we think, especially as it relates to ourself and our self-esteem, our self-worth, and our self-concept, all different things, but all combining to be relevant for the state of which we are trying to develop our natural assumptions and our dominant ways of thinking and being, which then manifest in our 3D reality. It's no different than thinking about developing yourself so that you're on the same frequency of the things that you want to attract. Like attracts like. That is like magnets. That is a fact. That's a scientific fact. And so you can think about it from both of the ways. But what is the common denominator here? It is you. It is you. So for those of you that are still blaming the SP, or those of you that are blaming the job, or those of you that are blaming whatever for not having the things that you want, or for them not appearing in your reality the way that you want, it's time to take a breath and actually regroup and start to sit with yourself. Start to sit with the things that you truly do believe and think about yourself. Because once you start examining those things and deciding to change them, and I don't care how you decide to change them, meaning I don't care what tool you use, whether you want to script it out, you can check out my scripting video. If you want to use affirmations, you can check out some of those. Or if you really want to work on your self-concept, which is one of my favorites, I will tag these videos. But the key is like owning that we manifest what we are, or we manifest who we are, the same thing, and that you are the operant power. You are the person that has to make the choice. You have to decide that you are worth the things that you want, and that you can have the things that you want. And you're going to start thinking and being and choosing based on having that desire, based on living in the end, or based on being of that frequency or of that vibration. It is all ultimately the same, and it gets you to the same place. I think it's often easier to think about our thoughts and our self-concept and to think about manifestation that way. But ultimately, it gets you to the same place, but the beginning is the same. It is you. So make sure you're subscribed, like this video, and I will see you tomorrow.